Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with A Free Woman on God's Earth. Epilogue. This is a true story. Mumbet lived and died a folk hero and a legend in her time. The reason we know so much about Mumbet's life is that Catherine Sedgwick did indeed become a famous story writer. She was one of the first women novelists in America. She loved to tell stories about Mumbet. She visited Mumbet whenever she could. On Catherine's 40th birthday, December 28, 1829, Mumbet died at the supposed age of 85. Catherine was there by her side. She describes the scene in her book, The Power of Her Sympathy. I do not believe that any amount of temptation could have induced Mumbet to swerve from the truth. She knew nothing of the compromise of timidity or the over-conscientious of the bigotry. Truth was her nature, the offspring of courage, truth, and loyalty. In my childhood, I clung to her with instinctive love and faith, and the more I knew and observed of human nature, the higher does she rise above others. Whichever may have been their instruction or in her image of her maker was cast in material so hard and pure that circumstances could not alter its outline or cloud its luster. I well remember that during her last sickness, when I daily visited her in her little hut, her then independent home, I said then, and my sober after judgment ratify it, that I felt awed as if I had entered the presence of George Washington. Even protracted suffering and mortal sickness in old age could not break down her spirit. Mumbet is buried in the Stockbridge, Massachusetts cemetery in what is affectionately known as the Sedgwick family pie, next to Catherine Sedgwick. Her headstone reads, Elizabeth Freeman, known by the name of Mumbet, died December 28, 1829, her supposed age 85 years. She was born a slave and remained a slave for nearly 30 years. She could neither read nor write, yet in her own sphere she had no superior nor equal. She neither wasted time nor property. She never violated a truth nor failed to perform a duty. In every situation of domestic trial, she was the most efficient helper and the tenderest friend. Good mother, farewell. She is the only non-family member to be buried there, and her legacy lives on. Here's a picture of her grave. And here's a picture of the authors by the grave. Okay, so that is the end of that story. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.